The COVID-19 pandemic has thrown a wrench into the community's financial stability, and many businesses in Akwesasne have seen the impact. In the spring of 2020, the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe developed and distributed the Small Business Relief Fund to Akwesasne businesses affected by the pandemic. Director of Economic Development, James Lazor, talks about this relief package and its necessity at this crucial time.
Small business in Akwesasne is thriving, and we want to make sure we gave relief in this very dire and needful time. CARES Act funds authorized a portion for relief for local businesses in the form of grants. And I think that's where we really took that on as our obligation, our duty to deliver for the business community here. So Ed Smoke and myself really started the work on that. Tribal Council was updated continuously throughout the process.
Eligibility criteria for funding included the businesses being located on the southern portion of the territory and the owners providing proof of tribal membership.
We had to establish a criteria model, largely that you were at least in operation for at least 1 year prior to the stay-at-home order by the Tribal Council resolution. So that pegged it in April 2019. So we had gas stations and convenience stores, a category for restaurants, a category for artists, culture, and craft-oriented people. Professional service and related, in that regard, we did offer that because I think it's a unique and driving force within our community that have that service to the community. Retail, obviously we have some storefronts, and that's a traditional long-standing business, as well as we were able to take a look at part-time businesses in this round.
A total of 261 applications were received for the Small Business Relief Fund, with 239 checks being distributed to businesses affected by the pandemic. Val Gray, owner of Three Feathers Cafe, remarked on how the assistance saved her business from closing down.
There was a point where I was very scared with our business when the pandemic first happened. I got to a point where I almost thought we were going to have to shut our doors because everybody had to stay home, and our business, it thrives on the community. Once I heard from Economic Development that there was going to be a package, I was like, oh, okay. And once they said, yes, it's going through, it gave us hope. I talked to James the day that we received the check, and look at me, I'm going to get all emotional on you. When I called him, I was so relieved. I said I couldn't have been more thankful because it came in such a perfect time, and I was like, oh, I could breathe again. Hi.
We noticed that obviously more than half of the businesses that asked for relief, more than half were women-owned businesses. Another thing that jumped out to us, obviously 200 of the businesses identified as sole owners, sole proprietors, and that's a big indication to our community, the drive of each business owner, business operator.
Lazor explained that a follow-up survey was sent to recipients of relief checks so his team could analyze what businesses need to grow and sustain themselves.
So we have actually, as part of the relief, put a request in the application for them to fill out a survey that provides us data in which we can actually get more understanding of what their impacts from the pandemic were. We want to know a bit more along the lines of what was your immediate expense, what was the money spent on. We also need to know, is there anything non-monetary that we can provide, getting you access to more webinars, more training, anything that really can help boost and sustain that business. From there, we'll have a better indication of what future programming we need to establish.
Lazor points out that moving forward, everyone plays a part in keeping the local economy thriving.
Where we can start looking ahead is ensuring that we continue messages such as buying local from your local artisans, buying anything from your local convenience stores, and touting your support for those businesses. That's what keeps all of us warm. And I think this experience is furthering, not only the services of this office, but aspect of the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe. And I think the community should be well noted to see what the government, tribal government for them have been making those efforts and will continue to make those efforts for them.